Kevin Maloney from the Maloney Method. We're here today, Wednesday, to do the second part of our series on biceps. First part was Monday on strength, the fast twitch fibers, strength, power. Today, we're going to deal with the slow twitch fibers. More mitochondria, more endurance. Totally different than the fiber that we talked about on Monday. To build a complete arm, you have to learn how to incorporate and get to all the fibers. Certain exercises lend themselves better to the strength fibers, as we talked about. The power barbell curl, the power hammer curl, barbell rows. Those lend themselves to those strength fibers we were talking about. Today we're going to talk about endurance fibers that create more mitochondria, which creates more demand for glucose, which fills up your muscle and gives it that thing called the pump. Certain exercises, again, lend themselves to being endurance exercises for those endurance fibers. We'll get Shay some more puffs here, so he'll be cooperative as we talk about endurance fibers. Yeah, and Shay has a lot of endurance fibers. Okay? Boom. Now, the thing about working biceps with endurance fibers is it allows you to have super strict form, okay? You have to dramatically reduce the weight that you used for your strength exercises, okay? More than half, sometimes 60%, because your reps will change dramatically. For the strength fibers, we went 4 to 6, okay? For the endurance fibers, mitochondria, glucose, we're going to go 10 to 12, all right? So the first exercise that I want to give you for endurance fibers is the strict dumbbell curl. Basically, you get your hands next to your hips here, a little bit behind your hips. As we indicated in the past show, you want to eliminate the deltoid, so it's all bicep. During the power curl with the barbell, you swung it, you did use your front deltoid. So with arms fully extended behind your hips, you remind yourself, what is the function of the biceps? The function of the bicep is to bend the arm. So that's what you do. You bend the arm in strict form. There will come a point where you will feel that contraction, okay? Yeah, when you feel that contraction at the top, you flex harder, okay? You give it an extra flex at the top. Again, on the back, you're going slow, okay? You're going to do 10 to 12 reps. Now here's the difference between 10 to 12 reps and 4 to 6 cheating, power versus the pump, okay? If you have the correct weight around rep 8, you will be feeling a lot of fatigue in your biceps. Whereas we told you to always have 1 or 2 in the bank on your power movements, not so when you're working for pump, okay? So when you get to 8, I'll give you a couple more, just hold on. When you get to 8, you take a break and you go for 3 or 4 more. Now, during those 3 or 4 more, you will feel a burn. You will feel a certain amount of pain, okay? You didn't feel that when you were doing power movements. You felt effort when you were doing power movements, but you didn't feel pain. When you're doing repetitions and you're working to burn the glucose and use the mitochondria that the glucose goes into, you will feel pain. That is a good sign. That means you have gotten to a fatigue level, okay? So when you finish your set, when you're doing the slow twitch fibers, you literally should put the weights down and your arms should be shaking a little bit. When you were doing your power movements, we always said have 1 or 2 in the bank, okay? Different philosophy because we're dealing with different fibers. So, you got your first exercise for endurance that will pump blood in, create the need for glucose, and build more mitochondria, but much less power. That's why you can do 10 to 12 reps, okay? Your second isolation movement, as I told you, on the first show for power movements, we threw in a couple of multi-joint exercises. We're doing all single joint exercise, which means one joint moves. The second isolation move is called the concentration curl. Concentration curl, is you put your arm against your leg. You're pumping that elbow against your leg, and just without moving it from your leg, you are curling it up to your shoulder on this angle. Slow, powerful. You'll get to rep 8. The burn will start. You gotta get to 12. You gotta get to 12, okay? That's what you want. When the pain starts, that's when the exercise and the progress really begins. So you tell yourself this is a different type of format. Done with the right arm, you come back to the left arm. Same thing. You get to 8, no problem, but the pain has started. You gotta get to 12. This is the thing about slow twitch fibers. You gotta tell yourself you have to use all of those fibers, and they do have endurance. The game does not end at the first sign of pain there. The game has just begun when you feel the first sign of pain, okay? That means you're getting into the glucose, you're getting into the stored energy, you are breaking down those cells so they will create the need for more mitochondria, more glucose, and this, of course, is a big weapon against diabetes because all the sugar you eat or carbohydrates, it has a place to go, okay? The body, as I've said before, is a truth machine. So when you don't have muscles, the sugar really has no this is it, okay? No more after this. If you don't have muscles, your sugar has really no place to go once it's used up on normal activities. To really pull the sugar out, you've got to build muscle with slow twitch and fast twitch exercise. The third exercise I want to give you, single joint, again, endurance, slow twitch, pump, more mitochondria, more energy. It's to cross the chest hammer. Again, you're in this position, and just moving the elbow joint, you're going across your chest. Okay? Across your chest. Across the chest, hammer, curl. Again, you'll get to 6 or 8. You'll say no problem, but you're beginning to feel the pain. You're beginning to feel fatigue. The exercise has just begun at that point, okay? Different than strength training. You don't want to leave 1 or 2 in the bank. You literally have to go until there's so much blood, so much fatigue, so much congestion that you have to put the weight down. Okay, so your 3 exercises for the slow twitch fibers, which create the need for sugar, more mitochondria, more blood in the muscle, or to use one word, the pump that everybody's looking for. When you have that pump, okay, it is a different type of feeling. It's almost like you are a balloon. You say, I am a human balloon as you look down at your arms, okay? Now, what happens is the pump will come down, okay? It will come down. But you'll notice that as you recover, particularly with the demand that your body will crave carbohydrates, will crave the protein, you literally will walk into a restaurant looking like you don't have any biceps. And then if you pound down some pancakes and eggs, hold on a second, Shay. You literally watch yourself being reborn and turning into a human balloon.
Hey.
From the time you walked in to the restaurant, 1 second, to the time you walked into the restaurant, to the time you walked out of the restaurant. I'll take them down. We can keep going. So, and be good, okay?
He's got his glucose.
He's got his glucose. Shay's got his glucose going right now. So, it's a great thing, the recovery, the whole thing. So, Monday, power fibers. Today, endurance fibers. To build a complete arm, you have to train both fibers, okay? Now, Friday's show on biceps, we will pull it all together with a system with the nuances. Nuances in biceps training is the same as in any other training. You have rep tempo, how quick you do the rep, how much time in between sets. He's fine. How much time in between sets. Okay, we will pull it all together in Friday's show. So, we'd like to thank you for joining us, okay? If you need to get a hold of us, okay, we are at MaloneyMethod@gmail.com. Questions, personal training, whatever you need. And we will see you Friday to pull it all together with a program to make you look like Popeye. Thank you.